Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Bonding. This is special for two reasons. One, we have a really incredible guest, and two, we have a new member of the Bond family. With me, as always, is my co-host, Torey Cole, and her co-host, new addition to the fam, Mr. Brian Kim.
Woo!
Hello,
Welcome,
sir.
Brian.
Hi.
It's
Welcome.
great. Thank you for accepting my request to join the family.
Such great honor.
Do you feel honored?
Yeah, so much.
It's
and I get to sit next to you. This is where I wanted to sit. Not
over.
Yeah. I didn't want you here either, Brian.
Brian's very anti-white. You can use this as a credit now when you perform.
Oh yeah, Bonding Pod.
Bonding
I
podcast.
have yet to use it, but
What do you mean? I
need
use
a
it for you
credit.
all the time.
Oh, when I get on stage, I thought it meant like when you put it on a flyer. Like,
Yeah. No, this is you could.
I could.
You could.
I need to do that. Everyone uses their podcast. It's
Yeah.
got like
This podcast is listened to by dozens
dozens
of people.
Dozens.
And now I could use it as a
And our
credit, and it
moms.
won't be a lie.
And it won't be. What's the biggest lie you've ever used for a credit? Do you know?
Oh my gosh! Well, it was like, I would do the New York Comedy Festival, but I wasn't like featured. I did a small little role in one independent produced
And
show,
you cleaned the bathroom.
and then I claimed the entire thing, the New York Comedy Festival. I still use it.
That's good. I think.
What about
I've
you?
Done that.
What have you used?
I mean, I have people say like Comedy Central,
Yeah.
but that's just for fun.
It's also hard to dispute. No one's gonna look it up.
No one cares.
Nobody cares
no
about
one
your credit.
knows.
Like the amount of times that I've been yelled at for getting someone's credit wrong. Nobody even knows your first name when you're up there. To tell you the truth.
I really judge people when I see the host go up to a comic and they're like, "So what's your credit?" I like always like brace, and I'm so excited if they're gonna be like, "Meh, meh, meh," or if they're gonna
Yeah.
be like, "Just whatever, man."
Yeah.
I didn't get into this for recognition.
My
damn it.
favorite is when it's someone with a lot of credits. They're like, "Oh, psh,
No, so when I host, sometimes I'll ask them what credit you want. They'll name like 4 or 5. I'm like, I'm not gonna say all of that. You know, I've seen your comedy before. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna waste my time. You know?
You've seen
You're
this guy
wasting
getting on my
everyone's
goddamn nerves backstage. Please give it up for Johnny McDickfacerson. I actually can't say that. Johnny McDickfacerson.
He's
He's a good
actually
friend of
pretty
mine.
funny.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were making up a name. I thought you were saying Johnny McDickface. And I
No,
was like,
Johnny
McDavefacerson.
McDavefacerson. He's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Oh.
You never met him?
We should have him on the podcast.
We should. Yeah.
Okay.
Where did you meet him, Johnny McDickfacerson?
Fuck you.
Well,
guys.
I was doing comedy out in
Mumbled through that.
Ohio.
I hate
Ohio.
you.
He was
I hate
headliner.
you
He was
so
headlining
much.
at the Huck Hucks
The
back there in and then that's part of the Ticklebone
Okay,
circuit.
enough of
Yeah. What
this.
about you? When did you meet him?
You
I met
guys.
Johnny
McDavefacerson.
Dick Frixerson. It was, I think, in the late 70s.
Yeah.
Guys,
During
joke's over.
the
joke's
So
over.
when he
union
was just
strike.
starting out.
Just starting out
Yeah,
before the big album.
Yeah.
You know the big album, which
Yeah.
one I'm talking about? Not the second one.
McDickfacersons.
McDickfacerson.
Yeah.
One Night Only. It was
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
You never saw it. You don't
You
know
guys
anything.
done
you
What
yet?
kind of
know-
comedy fan are you? What can you call yourself a
You guys
comedian?
done with this
I'm glad
bit?
it's not a bit, Tori. It's a career, and you need to start treating it like
Sorry,
one.
I'll look this guy up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
That's
goes
on
Richard
me.
Pryor, Johnny
Uh-huh.
McDickfacerson.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Yeah,
And the others don't even matter.
don't even
Oh,
matter. You just
okay.
need those two.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll start.
I'm just. I mean, this is. I would tell the people to go listen to it too, but I thought it was common knowledge. Everybody knew this guy already, so. Sorry.
You learn something new every day.
You learn something new. I'm not here to shame you
That's
for
why
it.
I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it
Thank
feels
you.
good
He's
having
getting so much free press right now.
Johnny McDickfacerson. I know. I say this every week that we're giving Johnny McDickfacerson too much free press, and it's gonna stop this
You
week.
know what?
Yeah,
Next
yeah,
time
yeah.
someone asks me our credit, I'm just gonna say, you know what? Just bring me up with this name.
She opens for Johnny McDickfacerson.
Yeah.
And everyone will go crazy.
Oh man! I will say the funny thing about because I hosted Seinfeld the other night, and the cool thing about
You
that
hosted,
is
and he was on.
I hosted a show and he was on.
There we
and
go.
The cool,
I just wanted to clarify.
I hosted Seinfeld at
You
my
hosted
apartment.
Yeah.
the whole
He came
show,
over.
It was yours.
Yeah.
The cool thing is like I knew he was going to be there, obviously. And the thing, you're supposed to go up there and tell everybody, make sure your phones are on vibrate or silent, no recording. They'll kick you out if they do. You never know who's going to show up to a New York comedy club. So please help me welcome Jerry Seinfeld. And I was so close to being like, him from the sitcom Frasier. Give it up for Jerry. And then people don't really believe it at first. Like, there's like, okay, and then he gets on stage and takes off his hat. And there's like,
Yeah.
and I
Everyone
love
stand
watching
up.
people's faces because you were talking about people go crazy for Johnny.
Yeah.
People just like lose their shit when they see Jerry because it is a cool, like of all the people, I've seen Jim Gaffigan come on and he gets a big reception too. Sure. But after a while, I think people just kind of accept the fact that he's there. But like seeing Jerry Seinfeld walk into a comedy club in New York,
different level.
That's like
a
whole, a bringer show. Not like one you had to pay for. This is a show you're like, all right, I'm going to go.
Kayla.
I'm going to go watch Kayla so she comes back to the real estate firm. We just want her to know how delusional she is getting into this thing. It's not like she's going to be performing with Jerry Seinfeld. And then Jerry comes in and they're like, God damn it, Kayla, we misjudged you.
Yeah.
But it's cool to... It's cool. Well, thank you for going with me on that story, guys.
Was his reception bigger than Johnny McDick-Facerson?
Nothing can beat what... I mean... Johnny McDick-Facerson. First of all, the thing people don't really understand, and the thing that you have to understand that I'm here to teach you, that was like, there's the Beatles. You get like that once every 50 years. Johnny is once in a millennia. That's how many years? 1,000?
1,000. Yeah.
Anyways, do you want to tell the people about your experience?
But that was
with
last
Jerry?
century. You could be the new. No, not really.
You didn't tell him about modern Seinfeld.
No.
You didn't say, "Hey, I'm you."
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Hey, Jerry, I've been
I'm
making money off of
capitalizing.
impressions.
I got 100,000 followers because of you, buddy.
And he would have been like, "I'm sending you a cease and desist." Have you ever met any of your heroes?
I saw Amy Schumer at Fat Black Pussycat, and I sat at the very front. We made eye contact, and she talked to my sister. I didn't get to talk to her, but that was cool.
What? What about you?
I met Chappelle.
You met you met dude. You've had like some interesting like video game background character moments.
Yeah.
Tell me, Chappelle, and then I want to ask you about the dice thing because the dice thing is really funny too.
So Chappelle, it was at Simonson, the Norwegian. He played at the Cellar. He's a friend of mine.
Daniel Simonson. I love him.
Hilarious.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, and then so he texted me. He's like, I'm at the Cellar. He's like, yeah, roll through. So I went just to hang out, and we're just eating. And he was like, hey, look over there. And I saw Aziz. I was like, oh, it's Aziz. And he was like, no, right next to him. And then it was fucking Dave Chappelle, And then they were on mushrooms. And this was right before Aziz was coming out with his special. And so they went downstairs and they went onto the stage together and everything like that. And I remember Dave Chappelle was like, he wanted cigarettes. You know how he smokes on stage? So he was like, somebody give me a pack of cigarettes. I will reward them handsomely. And I was like, I got you, Dave Chappelle. And then fucking went to across the street and fucking got a pack of cigarettes. And then after they did their show, they had like an after party. And Simonson is Cellar comic. So he was like, you want to go to the after? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to go to the after party. Went over there, and and then Chappelle was there, and of course he's like surrounded me and Simon, so we're just in the corner, just like trying to not to be losers. You know what I mean? But we were just being like ultimate losers,
so
Yeah. But the manager came with Chappelle to introduce Simonson, he's like to Chappelle, and I was just in the background like, wow, and I was like, oh, this is so cool,
It's DC, man.
Yeah. Bummed the cigarette off Chappelle.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
did he reward you handsomely?
No rewarding handsomely.
Just with life experience.
But I wasn't even gonna say like, hey, remember you said you're gonna.
Yeah, what are you gonna give me?
So it was just
what Dave rewarded you with was a story for this pod.
Yeah. And then Dice, I went to me and Spencer.
Right? Yeah, my man. Shout out Spencer.
Yeah, shout out Spencer. We were just going to get some pizza after Broadway, and then fucking Dice was there. Just getting $1 slice.
Wait, who's
That's
Dice?
amazing. Andrew Dice Clay.
You don't even know James McFacerson and not even know Dice?
She doesn't know Johnny McDick-Facerson or Andrew Dice Clay.
I'll leave you guys here.
It's honestly not that shocking that you don't know who Andrew Dice Clay is. Not for you specifically. Yeah. He's just not as he was a big comic in the 80s.
Yeah, he was the first one to sell out MSG. Right?
Yeah, he was one of the first.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He looks kind of like Elvis.
At that time, there was very few who did. I think it was Eddie Murphy and Andrew Dice Clay were the only two to do MSG in the 80s
I feel
like
dumb.
that.
Yeah.
But
That's
like
big.
he was really big then. He was like a character kind of comic, but the lines got blurred between who he was as a person and who the character was. And then he kind of had like a mental breakdown on Arsenio Hall, and then didn't really work again. And then you just happened to run into him.
Now he can only afford $1 pizzas.
Now he can only afford $1 slices. I bet he would come on the podcast. You had like a picture with him and everything, right? Yeah.
Wow.
He did a little real,
Damn.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And one day,
but it's in New York. You live in New York. You see, like.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. There's.
I saw Oh my god, now I'm gonna blank on his name.
My friend saw
Thanks, Brian.
Puff Daddy at Washington Square Park. He's just sitting by, and Puff was there, and my friend, he's a white dude, right? And there was a homeless guy, and this is the story. A homeless guy, he's walking by, and he asked my friend for change, right?
Uh-huh.
And then he sees Puff. He just passes by Puff Daddy. He just walks by, because he's black. He asked the white guy, my friend, who's broke as hell, broke comic. This is an open micer.
Oh my god!
And then he sees Puff, and he just walks on.
It's
like there's no way this guy has any money.
No, God, he doesn't know who he's talking to. That's Sean Combs.
Yeah.
He would ask Sean Combs for money, but not P Diddy.
Yeah.
Or Puff Daddy.
Right.
Sean Combs would give him money.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
saw
white
Alec
sounding name.
Baldwin at a Essen Deli.
You did?
That was my favorite.
Did he
didn't
assault
shoot
you?
me.
Did
No.
he verbally? What are you looking up? Celebrities you met in the notes
I
app?
wrote a bunch. I used to
Johnny
write. I don't
McDick
have. I've
Faces?
stopped writing it, but I used to write down.
She would know him when she saw him.
Yeah, that's true.
I used to write down when I saw them, and I have got quite a list here. But Alec Baldwin was funny because he was just.
Oh, you
picking
saw
up,
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah,
at
he was
the
like
park?
no in a deli,
Oh,
in an
at a
Essen deli,
Oh,
which is
okay.
like such a janky little deli. I mean, I
Yeah.
love Essen. Sorry, I love Essen, but
It's a cute little spot. I saw Alec Baldwin my first year living in the city.
yeah, where
Yeah,
did you
it's
see
like a
him?
coffee
Rite of
shop.
Passage, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. When did you see him?
And I never saw him before. Yeah, I'm afraid of getting shot.
Fair.
Or just yelled at homophobically. But speaking of shots, we've only got one shot at today's podcast.
Yeah, why?
And it's very exciting
Just one.
to, I guess not. We could always do it again. But we have a shot today at a very exciting guest.
Yes, very exciting.
I met this guy, I think earlier this year. He's one of the funniest dudes that I've seen.
Blowing up, too.
You know him. You know him.
We know him.
He's from Brooklyn. You can see him on Netflix as a joke, and he's here with us today. Our guest, Big Julio Diaz.
Woo!
Julio Diaz on the pod, eating chips. This shit is ASMR. Welcome, baby. Sorry, I picked the wrong time to start.
That was perfect.
No, you keep eating the chips.
We'll do it live.
Yeah.
What up, motherfuckers? You're from Brooklyn originally. What part? Williamsburg, Brooklyn. So the Williamsburg you grew up in is not the Williamsburg that's there now. Or is it the same?
I grew up when it started really changing.
Yeah.
So a little of both. It was still bad, like during middle school. And then, and then it got nice.
Yeah. I noticed you kept the Jewish curls.
It's fair. Yeah. Do you,
I thought it was going to look more Spanish.
Have you always had long hair?
No. I always had like a fade. This is my first time really having my hair like this.
I love.
It's fun.
I think hair is
know.
like makeup for men. To be honest with you,
It
it's
is.
like the only.
That's
it's,
quite a
we-
take.
Yeah, we could group. It's. I like having long hair. It's a lot of work. That's not really worth it most of the
OD.
time. So much, but like, I feel pretty.
Yeah.
I feel pretty with long hair.
Didn't your agent tell you to cut your hair though?
Not explicitly. I walked into the office after I cut my hair, and they went, "Oh, thank God." And then I kept it short for like 5 months after that because I was so insecure. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm calling the shots in my
Yeah.
hair again. God damn it. But it's so, like, in the summertime, it's not worth it. Like, I wear hats most of the time during the summer because I got half-breed hair. And it comes out of the shower looking beautiful, Mariah Carey. But by the time I get to here, it won't even look as good and curly as yours. Like, my brothers have curly hair like yours. Mine comes out like somebody with
Poof.
Parkinson's straightened
Poof?
it. Yeah, no, it doesn't even poof. It just... There's no form or structure to it at all. It doesn't even have.
It
No,
just
it doesn't poof. It looks like some Jimmy Neutron put me through a cotton candy machine. Him specifically. It does like when you come out of the shower, it should look like a Maybelline
You can't
commercial.
touch
I
it
bet.
though, right? Like you have to let it dry, just letting it sit.
I put like the conditioner stuff, and then if I just let it sit, it's too. I don't like it. I don't like the straight back look.
Right.
You know, it's
But I think the
that's
curls
very-
have to happen
that's-
naturally. Like if you brush it, then it would be a real problem, right?
Yeah, I gotta like just pick it not too far. Just pick the roots, and
Are you gonna
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
growing it out?
it looks like this today, and then tomorrow it'll be a little bit more poofier, which
I
is what I
see.
like.
Do you like the poofy?
How
Poofy
many-
works for comedy. I
Yeah.
always feel like you look at guy like
Like
Bob.
JC Mendoza, he's got quite a
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just you have a silly look to you. That's the thing. Like you're very silly.
Somebody always tells like there was like the look. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you should brand it with the
Right.
hair and the beard.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Ooh.
Alright.
I could
See,
see
I
like
wish
a
I could do
cartoon
something
or
like
just
the Asian hair doesn't grow like this. It just grows, you know what I mean? It just all just goes like this. Even like the beard, like you guys can grow like beard out like this. No, mine just like philosopher. You know what I mean? Like an Asian philosopher. It just goes down like this. You know what I mean?
That's what like, and you got to get like a goatee so you can do this shit.
Yeah, no, straight up. And then it doesn't grow normally like equally. I'll just have one grow like right here, and then one grow right here. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also. Do you ever feel self-conscious about how you look when you're on stage? Like the big thing for me, I usually don't feel. I feel most comfortable on stage, but last week I had a moment where I wasn't sure if my zipper was down or not.
All right.
And like I didn't want to address it because if it wasn't down, then I just ruined whatever flow I had. But if it was down, like it's
You
just,
have no flow at that point.
you have
I
no
always check
flow.
before I
There's
go.
a-
I always
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
Always do the
I
check.
Just a little flick.
See, you do.
Yeah, the zipper thing.
That's-
Yeah.
Flick, you know.
That's not a good testament to your manhood.
A little
I always do a little flick right
just
before
a
I go
little
up,
flick,
just
yeah,
to know
yeah.
everything's
Just
still
to check.
working.
Oh, okay, good.
God, yeah, no, but
y'all
yeah,
ever feel like y'all go on like autopilot mode when y'all on stage?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's scary.
I'm like, I'll be high, and then sometimes I'm like, I wasn't even just like trying to say the joke,
Yeah.
almost just like I don't know, like I'm seeing the words come out, and I'm like, yo, I'm totally not doing this right now.
Yeah,
it's just automatic.
You're just not there. And there's times where like, if I have glasses on and I'm on stage, I'll just sort of gloss over, and I could see my eyes through the reflection of the
You can
glasses.
see your own eyes back.
Yeah, that's when I know I'm really not present. When I'm looking at
Looking at your own
myself.
eyes?
I'm looking at my
I've
own
never
eyes like a
done that.
Jaden Smith tweet. And it's not. That's why I try to do so much crowd work because
It hit me madly, the Jada Smith tweet, because she said something, and I was like, wait, and then I was
Sorry.
like, oh shit.
Jaden Smith always got the weird ass. I think he had like this thing a few years ago where he was just sending random weird tweets. One of them was like, how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? Like fake deep shit, you know?
Fake deep.
Fake deep, not deep at all.
I would
but
be
just
tight
being
if he
like-
said that shit to me. Like, yo, what you think? I'll be like,
Like, get the
what
fuck
do I
out
think
of
of what? What did you just say? You didn't even finish your sentence.
I'm not smoking with you anymore,
Yo.
Jaden. We didn't even light this up yet, and you're already on some dumb shit.
He be having some smart ideas. That box water shit hit for him.
Box water took
Right?
off,
That was him, right?
Man, yeah, and his
That's his brand.
Yeah.
box water, yeah.
Oh.
And
It was
his-
like small. My friend lives in Glen Falls, and the company's like right there. He's
Yeah.
like, yo, that's Jada Smith. Box water is gonna be huge.
it's
Shit is so famous that you don't even think it's him, which is what you want.
Yeah,
you don't
right.
even want to be associated
Have
with
you
the thing
had
you
it
came up
before?
with.
I think it tastes
Nah.
bad. Box
Yeah.
water is not better.
because it's in box.
No, it's
No.
I don't like the experience.
I don't. It's like cigarettes, healthy cigarettes. It takes the fun out of it. I want to drink bottled water knowing it's gonna hurt the planet.
I feel you.
There's a lot of turtles that have wronged me in my life, and I want
You're
to
gonna
get what's
get
coming
'em.
to them. I'm gonna get them all. I don't give a fuck about
You're gonna get
turtles.
'em all.
I
I
love
like turtles. I got turtles. They're nice.
Do you
have
that
turtles?
makes
You
got
sense.
turtles,
Do you
That
really?
tracks
Oh,
that
yeah.
you have turtles. What are their names?
Sal and Manila.
No way.
Facts, hell
Are they
yeah.
box turtles?
Yeah. Manila died. They're the red
sorry.
snapper ones.
R.I.P.
They're like this small when you buy them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cause you know.
You bought one?
So no, my sister cried. I guess my mom.
Yeah.
They were going down like in Williamsburg. It's called now. Okay, I say Granham Avenue
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you know
yeah.
I'm from there. So Granham. I'm pretty sure somebody
Graham.
grew up there will be like it's Graham. So
Graham.
Graham Avenue, whatever. And it's like a bunch of people selling stuff, and it was like a street vendor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Back then there was no cops going down like, yo, you can't be fucking selling turtles. Are you crazy? It wasn't like that. You can sell whatever you wanted.
I
Fucking
think I
people
saw
selling
that for Central
turtles.
Park, just fucking just grind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably what it was. Yeah.
You bought turtles.
I did it. I guess my sister really wanted turtles, and my mom was like, okay, because they were like this small. She didn't know.
Yeah.
And people that sell them, they don't know the research. They fucking grow to be huge, like up to here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are
Depending
they
on
fun
how
pets,
big.
though? Are they like? It doesn't sound like you would.
Nah.
They'd be really fun.
It's a lot of work,
They're
right?
fun if you're high on mushrooms. Hell
That
yeah.
tank
Yeah,
is probably a lot
'cause
to clean.
I feel bad. I really like because man, they in their tank.
Yeah.
They don't have
They're
any
fucking
job, no
turtles. So
responsibility.
Sal
can't
is
release
still
them.
alive?
Yeah.
Manila died, but Sal's still alive. Yeah.
How old is Sal?
We've had him since 2010, probably 2011.
Because turtles live
Damn.
a super long time, right? Well, I
Yeah.
guess not Manila.
I
But
think
I had an
Manila
Uber
was
driver
probably
once.
depressed.
She had one for like 20 years.
you were so in your head and guilty about losing this turtle.
Yo,
like, you're
because-
taking it
How did
personally.
Manila die? Did you kill him?
No, I got high on mushrooms one day, and I
Shit.
sat there and we were looking at each other, me, Sal, and Manila. We were making eye contact, and I felt like they were my spirit animals.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, out of all pets, we got turtles, and I'm looking at them, and I felt like they felt depressed, like the cage wasn't big enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, this was like 5-6 years ago. I was like, I'm gonna make money, and I'm gonna get a bigger tank for you guys. I'm really gonna help out.
I'm gonna get you out of this hood.
It
We're
never
gonna get out
happened.
together. No.
Well,
he's
not
gonna
yet. And there's hope for Sal, not
There's
for
hope
Manila.
for Sal. Manila died, so I could be reminded of it.
Damn.
That was like a year ago now, but yo, it's still, I still remember.
What made you name them? Is there a special meaning? The names Manila and
That's
Salmonella.
The illness.
Oh,
Brian just pulled on me. That was bad. Even I
That's
got
why
that.
I brought Brian in.
Thank God.
I
Turtles have
brought Brian
salmonella?
in.
Yeah, hell yeah, if you
Yeah.
touch turtles and then you touch something after, you could get salmonella.
Really?
That's what they say.
I
But
didn't
do
know
you
that.
think that's true?
I don't know, but we wash our hands after everything.
Yeah.
Someone touched Manila and then she's gone. So that's not something you want to take a risk
Did
on.
you just find her dead?
Yeah, I think my mom did. She was so happy.
She overdosed.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, because she don't want those turtles. She,
Yeah.
my sister, forget about it. She never takes care of them.
Where is your
That's the
sister?
thing.
Does she live at home still?
Yeah.
Where-
She got a cat now.
Oh,
She moved
shit.
on
She's
from.
more-
Upgrade.
All
She's
eyes
more
on her.
enthused with the
She
cat.
replaced Manila with the cat.
Yeah, I
Damn.
know.
How old's your sister?
She is 5 years younger than me, so
Okay.
22, 23.
Okay. Nice.
What was it that made you decide that you wanted to start doing comedy? Like, did you have any comedians growing up that you watch and be like, "Damn, that's I'm fucking with what this guy is saying. I want to do this one day," or did you just sort of stumble into it?
I had a funny family, and we would always watch stand up. I would be in the living room. They would be in their
You
room.
said that very. I had a funny family. We all watched stand up at gunpoint.
Were you the funny one, or were your dad funny, or your mom
I was
funny?
the corniest one in the family, bro. Like, I really didn't think I would be funny, like stand up wise. I thought I was like a funny character.
Yeah.
I enjoyed stand up a lot growing up. I used to watch George Lopez, a lot of people, Bill Burr, Louis. I seemed to like comics that would talk about things that I personally felt self-conscious about because it made me feel good.
Like George Lopez with being Mexican?
Not true. He would talk about being Spanish.
Yeah.
Um,
I think when you see that, what connects with you is you're just like, oh, I'm not the only one going through this. And this guy's not only going through it, but he's formed an opinion on it. And he's making
Right.
people laugh about it. That's like a superpower when you see, especially
true.
so much of Louis stuff. I feel like that's
Self-deprecation.
what it is. Yeah. And like I'm
yeah.
watching it and it's just, it flows out of him.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
watching, it's like butter when you see him do it. And,
Yeah.
and I that connected with me so much when I started because like, you ever hear somebody do a bit and they say something and it makes you depressed because you're like, that's it. Like that's been in my head forever.
Yes.
Why did I never say that?
How did I not
And
put
then-
those
then
words
you
together in
just-
that
I
way?
wouldn't have been able to do it the way you did because it was just flawless. Like I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, he meant a lot to me I was in middle school 06 to 08 when he really just took off
Yeah.
on some shit, and he would talk about being big, and I was always self-conscious about that, but I liked how he did it. It was funny. It was like he almost didn't care. Like, yeah, I'm big, so what? But he would still talk about how he felt about it, and it was still human. And then after high school, I just started working. College wasn't for me, and I took an improv class while I was laid off because I was like, I'm a funny character. I don't know about stand-up, but I was always writing jokes. So, like, I graduated 2012, and from 2012 all the way up to, like, 2013, almost 2014, I was just writing color notes of jokes, but I never wanted to go to open mic. I was scared.
When was the first time you went to open mic? And which one was it?
After the improv class ended, I took like a year and a half worth. I went with 5 friends to the stand open mic.
Oh,
one of our
shoot.
friends
At the
signed
old
us all up.
location?
Yes, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And one of our friends signed us up. I already had a friend that was already doing it for some time, Julio, and everybody just signed up. And I fucking bombed. I did a 5-minute story.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old story.
Yeah, the
yep,
story
the
stuff.
first story.
Yeah,
Yep.
you always do a story for whatever
Always.
reason.
Yeah. Do
you
you remember what the
remember?
story was about? What was it
Yeah.
about?
It was about
Manila.
close though. It was about this girl named Olivia, so it was actually close. I went to high school with her. I had a really big crush on her. And finally, after high school, I asked her out. She was with it, and the minute we meet up, she starts telling me about this guy she was talking to. So I'm already like, oh man, okay. She's like, she really likes him. I'm like, okay. And then she goes, but I don't think it's gonna work out. And I'm like, oh,
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
And then she goes, no, I don't think it's gonna work out only because he's self-conscious. And I'm like, huh? She goes,
oh,
yeah,
no.
because he was in an accident recently and he lost his legs.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
I could see why
this
you
is like-
bombed, bro.
But this is like a real story.
Yeah.
And like I'm thinking, the only thing I kept thinking about was like, yo, no matter what, he still went out with her after the accident for like a good 6 months.
Right.
I'm like, this dude got no legs. Confidently just throw a dick out there.
You have
And
at
I'm
least
like,
2 more legs than he does.
And I'm over here like, nah.
I got legs.
That vulture from Looney Tunes. If you like him, give him a chance.
You get I think more from like there's the Marilyn Monroe quote, you make a woman laugh, you could make her do anything. I feel like guys are so in their head and so self-conscious about just going up, and you know more about this than the 3 men sitting here. But
Do
I? Feel
I?
Like, I don't know. I'm asking you
right,
because I feel like guys get in their head so much about going up to a woman and talking to her and she's a 10. I'm like I'm a 4. I'm way out of her league. Whatever. So many of these hot women go like Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. The reason that worked is because he's just funny and goofy. And she was like, well, I kind of like the honesty in that. And so many people are intimidated to go up and talk to somebody like that. That when a guy like Pete does it and he's goofy and silly and whatever, that's refreshing because you're not trying to.
She reached out to him.
Right. But I'm saying the reason why that worked and why it wasn't. Thank you for just going against the grain. You kept saying it like I didn't hear you the first time. No, she reached out to him. I tell you. I was there, Studio 8H. It was the summer of 1992. Pete Davidson was hosting.
Sorry, keep going with your
No,
point.
I have nothing else to say now. You just
Wait, so Torey, when a guy comes to you and makes him laugh, this is a good.
like you're a hot woman. I'm sure there's a lot of right.
I don't know.
Does it matter that the guy's funny? The people that you date, Torey.
Yes, that's number 1 for me.
What's
and
more
I
important,
think,
looks or humor?
humor, I think. I mean, to a certain degree, there's like a bell curve to it. Like, you know, you got to
What
hit
if he had
the,
no legs?
No, but he was hilarious.
But if he was,
He had a good sense of humor about it.
yeah, you know, I don't know.
You
about
don't have an
the legs
elevator in
part.
this building. You don't have an
It would
elevator.
be tricky for him to get in
It would
here.
be tricky. What would you do?
I mean, they have a lot of prosthetic stuff these days. I'd have hoped that he'd
So you
figure it out.
immediately try to change him. That's what I'm
That's what I was saying. I'm glad he got it. Thank God. I'm glad he got it. Back to the. I think men in comedy especially get a lot more attention for being funny than women do. Like, I've never had someone be like, "Wow, you're amazing."
That's true.
Whereas I feel like a lot of men are like, and I do it as a comedian. I can still be like, I can still see someone on stage that I'm not interested in at all hit really hard and kill, and I'm like, are they kind of hot? And then I'm like, no, like, it just don't fall into the trap. But it's easy to, and I don't know what that is, but it's a thing.
I like funny animated girls. I feel like it's something that I started to appreciate more. Definitely as I was younger, it was like always, just like, it wasn't even like always looks. It was always just something. But as I get older, I like more, she got a good character type of thing. I don't know.
Character, integrity.
I don't know if I like
Isn't that
somebody
funny?
that's like cracking jokes on some like bah bah bah. But I like a more
Pussy joke. Bam.
like your balls and shit. I'm like, yo. But like,
Where are you going on a date? And she's crying. You guys are at like a nice restaurant. What can I get you? Oh, you fucking balls over here. Bring me 2 more of those back.
Husband's probably sitting on his nuts right now. Like, what's going on here?
You want dessert? Hey, eat it off my ass. What's going on? All right, baby, I'm going to pick up the check. Then we never going to see each other again. Yeah, it's a lot. But
I don't know. I don't think I could date like a girl that's like funnier than me. Because that's my thing.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you get competitive?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's like that. Like I don't know. I always like in the relationships I was in, I would always like make her laugh. She never really made me laugh.
You don't want them
know
to
what
talk, right?
Yeah.
That's
just stay silent and listen. Just listen.
He be on dates with his girl. She'll be talking. He'll be like, yo.
Yo, you got wrap it up. You're blowing the
Getting
light
the light.
here. Please, come on. All right. Next date coming to the stage. Please give it up because she won't.
That was quick. That was good.
No weed on this podcast today,
Wow,
too.
just sober
just
Troy
fuck out
over
here.
here.
I am sober Troy. Did you smoke? I usually
smoke
smoke
the fuck
before.
out.
I smoked before an episode. I left my joint in the box, and it was dog. You passing that shit like a lightsaber. Ended of Star Wars. Hell yeah.
Saving
It has
us.
Keith.
For Julio. Oh, perfect.
No, it's a nice.
It's a nice hit.
What,
Yeah,
what
I like
flavor
it.
is it?
Oh,
Do you
I
smoke
don't know.
weed?
I didn't smoke for a long time.
I think it is raspberry.
So I went to a baseball game yesterday,
You got high?
and I was on a Los Angeles party bus. And then after the game,
A party
guy
bus?
had a blunt, and I took a puff.
Is this recording? This is great.
Yeah, we're recording.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
You went out of
Philosopher.
Wow. This got weird in like 2 minutes. Oh, I love it.
So you're on a party bus.
Yeah, what happened?
So I was drinking the fake beers, and then we went to the game,
Yeah.
and then all the LA people were there. They go, "Hey, Holmes." I was like, "Oh, I feel kind of cool." They go, "Hit this." You know, I was like, "Hold on, And then I took a
You
puff.
gave in to peer pressure so quickly.
I was like, wow.
I thought you would have been hardened from this after your jail experience, but I guess you weren't
Yeah.
you weren't hanging out with them.
No.
Was that the first time you were high in a while?
Yeah.
Wow,
Was
and
it-
you're diving right back in 2 days in a row.
Yeah, but no drinking.
Right.
No drinking,
Right.
Yeah.
just weed,
Maybe-
California
maybe
sober.
if that.
if that.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's a special occasion. We got Julio Diaz on the pod.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is our first podcast where Brian's brought on as our third chair.
Yeah. How am I,
Hell
Julio?
yeah.
How am I doing?
Yo, killing it.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, baby. If I got Julio, okay. It doesn't even fucking matter what you guys
This
think.
is just a
Yeah.
comment to Julio.
I always laugh when comics be like, I hate it when comics, they be like good shit after you bomb. Like, I know you lying to me. And it'd be like, yo, what if I told you good shit for just getting up there?
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like,
true.
that's really why I be like, yo, good shit. Be like, you
Yeah.
got up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't shit, but it don't matter. Like,
Yeah.
You did it.
you got up there. How many people? You literally live the
Yeah.
fear that people stop themselves from getting up there.
Yeah.
I don't want to bomb. I don't want to do bad.
That's the number one fear: public speaking.
Hell yeah.
And
You
get
went
up there
through it.
and
Yeah.
you're vulnerable, telling
But
jokes.
some
doing
people
it.
think they did well, though.
That's
Oh,
the worst.
delusional, right?
They'll be like,
Delusional.
oh, I crushed it. I'm like, oh.
You know what could be some of the most delusional shows are when they'll do like contest shows at Gotham sometimes with like funniest in real estate, funniest in finance.
Oh, no.
Those can be brutal. I want to do like contest shows of that, but like for people who like don't have any creativity in their jobs at all, like funniest in like a bunch of
Funniest plumber in New York.
that would be funny though.
Fucking fixing this guy's crib. There's shit everywhere. I'm like, yo. It'd be like 4 minutes of that. I'll watch that. I'll watch
No,
that.
like,
I
what
watched
else?
a
What
doorman. He had some good stuff at a mic.
The doorman?
Hilarious.
They're constantly communicating.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they're just standing there in their heads, and it's like that's where like the magic, the mind just.
And there's
starts
so
to-
much shit you want to say to people, but
Yes.
you can't, so it just gets noted down.
My friend Julio Rivera, he's a doorman, and
Yeah.
he talks about it all the time.
I bet he
He's-
knows all the secrets.
Is that he
too.
did the first
Yeah.
your first open
Tennis.
mic with?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And you
Is he
probably
still
see
in
some crazy
comedy?
shit.
My brand of comedy is inclusive comedy.
That's true because my one rule is I try not to make fun of anybody for something they can't help,
Right.
and then not to.
But
go,
why you always make fun of me then, fool?
listen? There's a lot of reasons.
Are you gonna talk about the Yelp?
No,
Okay.
I wasn't. No.
Okay.
You brought up autism this time,
That was on you.
but
I thought that was.
the last few months when someone has been heckling or getting disruptive or whatever during a show, I've tried to approach it with a more lightheartedness than I would anger. Like I keep them talking, and like last night I had this big thing with this woman in the front who just for no reason, I was doing crowd work and she was like, "You're unprepared. You're a demented boy." You should have
Is that what you posted on Instagram?
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
And I
haven't
kept
seen
her
it.
talking because like I could have just been mad and told her to shut the fuck up. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But the sillier I got, the angrier she got, and the more fun everyone else
I
had
love
around
that.
them. And that's inclusive comedy, god damn it.
Yeah.
One common enemy.
One, yes, yeah.
That's the best way to bond with
But
anyone.
I still like it sometimes when you do shut the fuck up.
Oh, it's not going anywhere.
Well, you
But
got a lot of that out at your
to
show.
be honest, Julio inspires me not to shut the fuck up.
You do really good work when people are.
The
Yeah.
times that I've tried to shut somebody down
Yeah.
with the same energy they were giving me, the crowd flipped on me.
Yeah.
Because it didn't go with what I was presenting.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, one time I was at a show and it was outside and I was like the fourth comic or fifth. And like the show's going well.
Yeah.
But I really I went off.
Yeah.
And I was killing. And they were waiting for it. I was killing. Right?
Yeah.
It's a 10-minute set. I'm like 8 minutes in, 7 minutes in. Bang, hit after joke, they're going crazy. There's one girl the whole show. You could tell like that audience member that's drunk, they want attention. You know the type, right? So she just starts wilding. And like she had an orange dress on. I was like, yo, you over here acting like you don't look like a basketball right now. Like, yo. And I'm thinking the crowd would react like that. Yo, nah, hell no. People were like, oh my God. Yo, he say he want to dribble her. He's wilding. You know, and I'm like, I get it. Like, I go from lovable, likable Julio Diaz, Chipotle. We love this guy to, yo, he's mean. They don't like that shit.
Yo, he called her birth certificate a technical foul.
Yeah,
Clearly,
Holy
we liked it.
shit.
So damn.
Yeah, you guys love it. Yeah.
Just the way you honed in.
We're your
Yeah,
demographic for that
like-
show.
It looked like you were holding that in for like 10 minutes and then the bomb just
Yo, because she
exploded.
pissed me off the whole show. This built up in my heart. She didn't, you know. I'm like, nah, she heckles me, I'm gonna violate her because she just kept violating the whole show. So it kept eating up in me, and then I'm like,
Just
yo,
the way
nah.
you say, I'm gonna say that in my everyday life from now on, even
You
if
look
they
like
don't
a
look. No, just the
basketball.
way you said it. Like next time I'm on customer service and like we can't give you a refund. I'm like, yo, you're talking to me right now. Like you don't look like a basketball. AT&T, and they'll be like, we're very sorry. We'll get you that
What?
rebate. What? Who are you mad at right now?
Jesus, we'll put NBA TV in the contract. I got you.
Why was he so specific?
Did that just come to you, or did you have it in the arsenal when she when?
Yo, you know what it is? Like my comedy in school. I mean, a lot of people say this now, but like it came from self-defense too. Like it was also love and passion, like finding it through relief, but it was also self-defense. People growing up, people make fun of you.
I mean, that was a fucking back pocket shit right there.
Yeah,
Like,
because
you've called someone a basketball before.
I'm always ready. Nah, never. It's just I was already in my head. The whole show just looking at her like look like a fucking basketball. Like, so like you know, in my head I was killing her the whole show.
Yeah.
Was she overweight?
I mean,
Because
Yeah,
that's where you toe the line on like the audience being like, oh no.
I know, but here's the thing. Like,
I'm just saying society is like,
she was,
wow.
she was a
Skinny
she was a
basketball.
big girl. Like I was, she was a big girl. I can
course
see
she
why
was.
I can see why they flipped on me.
Okay, I know.
But I'm big too. I'm big too. Nobody ever defends the big guy. Somebody would have called me a basketball and be like, yo.
that's a literal offensive move. You either are in basketball or calling someone a basketball. The best offense is a good defense.
If I get
What
seen
you
on
had.
camera in the audience and a comic calls me a basketball, I could make somebody's career. That's the difference. But if you are a comedian and you say something to a girl that's not in shape,
That's true.
that'll ruin your
No,
career.
you're right. I mean, I there was this woman heckling me one time, and the only reason
You're just like, you're fat.
no, I did. She, I did. She because like I can take somebody calling me not funny all day long, whatever. That
Can
doesn't
you?
bother me.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I know I'm funny, so they're
I
telling
see.
me.
Okay, got it.
It doesn't bother me.
I understand where you're
But
coming
it's
from.
personal attacks that have nothing to do with my comedy that you're throwing at me when I'm on stage. That I'm thin-skinned when it comes to that sometimes. And last year on 9/11, this woman was in the front row and she just at first was like, you're not funny. And then like I heard her like murmuring to her friends and then being really loud and talkative to people at her table being like, why do you even pay money to see this guy? Like, well, I don't understand what the big deal. And just was like jabbing and just giving me little jabs. And then pointed out that I had a stain on my pants.
Oh, I remember this.
Which I had it like a Taco Bell stain or something on it. And then I was like, yeah, of course you would know where food used to be. And then that set it off. And
that was quick though.
didn't feel good. did not feel good. I
did
was
she
because
shut
it wasn't
down?
as funny as being like,
Yeah.
yo, talking like you don't look like a basketball right now. Then I feel like I would have had them on my side.
It's not. It's the same energy though. They felt like you
Right.
had to defend
Yeah.
yourself. They
Yes.
felt like
That's the thing. Yeah, that's why I said what I said, and I felt so bad after. Like I that stuck with me for like a month. Because
that
I
basketball shit really.
It
but I'm
stays
surprised
with you.
they turned on you though, because that's
But
hilarious.
It makes sense though.
Yeah.
Like, you really
was
have
it
to
like
think about
tone,
it.
your tone, or
When it comes
yeah.
to like handling a heckler or handling something that wasn't in accordance to your set, it has to be in character to who you are, or else you can never come back. You can't go back to your set, especially if you're goofy and fun loving. You're going. How can you get back to that energy?
What did you do after that?
I tried to get back to my set, it wasn't working. It just wasn't working.
because then
You
they-
you kind of just like got
No, I
through
mean
it.
I did my set, but like it was.
What if you
was
called it
over.
out, being like, "Hey, I know that was like." What if you like try to like weave
No,
back?
I know what you're saying though, because at that then they feel like the goofy, lovable Julio is a front, and the
Exactly.
basketball is who you really
I'd
are,
rather-
and they don't
Yeah.
connect with you.
Right,
anymore.
I'd rather them leaving like, yo, he had an unprofessional moment
Yeah.
than me like, alright, fuck it, yo, I don't even give a fuck.
You look like a basketball. You look like a baseball. This bitch built like a whole tennis court.
Or I was violated. Because she was trying to
were.
come back at
And-
me. That
yeah.
basketball thing was one line. I
Yeah.
cut it short. I went
And
2
she
minutes.
went off
Yeah.
on you?
No, because I was trying to really like.
I hate when
I was trying to violate.
when they
I like you more now because of that story. So thank you.
so do I.
Yeah.
So do I. That's
it's
great.
It's a
I already
story
loved
of
you,
growth.
but
It's a story of growth. That's what I love about you is everything
everything.
has a purpose at the end.
Driving here, you learned.
Yeah, hell
Back
yeah.
to the turtle
That's
mindset.
why I like your name on Instagram is Student of Comedy. That's
Hell
very
yeah.
much you.
It's
That's
really
And I'm
good.
talking to you too. You fucking just see it in that way. I love that. But I'm so surprised that they turned on you. So you just fucking went back to your set, or you just sort of like
I went back to my set
yeah,
and
it
I
just wasn't hitting.
It wasn't hitting, but I didn't let down, and I just fucking bombed. And then as soon as I got off, some of the comics already knew they were gonna come up to me and tell me, "Yo, why you do that?"
Yeah.
So I already told them like, I get it, but like, yo, whatever. Somebody did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
And she was quiet the whole time after that, and the
Okay.
comic after me killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you,
whatever.
You took one
hit
for the
it. Yeah,
team.
you hit it.
You know, like
Yeah.
whatever. I took one for the team. The
Yeah.
host never shut her down.
Yeah.
He should have shut her down. It was
Right.
his
Yeah.
house too.
Right.
That's yeah.
I
But
like
I
your
did it.
mindset.
I
a
always
lot.
use the technique where like I ask the crowd like, is it just me or do I do you guys also want this person to shut the fuck up? And you'll get like a cheer, you know what I mean? Because especially if it's been happening for a while, and then they were with you, and then they usually shut the fuck up. I've
You
had to do that a
could.
couple times.
I started just trying to
but
like.
it still breaks character though.
I'm trying to flip shit.
Yeah.
Like
They
whatever
wa-
they said to me, I flip it back to them.
Yeah.
And I'll make you feel stupid now.
Yeah.
So like lately, like at Broadway, somebody will just say some random shit, and I'll be like, "Word."
Your
Yeah.
camera might have gone out.
Oh, hold on. God damn.
Sorry.
Yeah. But what happened? Yeah. What'd you do?
I'll just flip it. So
Yeah. You just repeat it back to them
yeah. So
because
like,
they're all fucking drunk.
if
Anyway.
I'm doing a Chipotle joke and they said something like, "Oh, I love," oh no, yeah. So at Broadway, I was saying something about.
Was this when I was there and you said the Grubhub and then someone yelled that and you're like, you know what,
Yes,
that's the
upstairs.
universe being like it was downstairs when I'm thinking about, and you started telling your joke and people were getting so rowdy and you're like, you know what, fuck this, that's just the universe saying don't tell this joke, and then you pivoted out of it, you did like killed with like new jokes and then you went back and you did a callback about the Grubhub joke.
So that one, yeah, that one was
Dude, I
downstairs.
was there too.
That was
day
incredible.
where you were opening up with the thing, and you're like, "It's not ready for it." When you did that callback, they fucking exploded.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, that one I did a
You were
Grubhub
closing that
joke
show.
first.
Yeah.
And they were still too rowdy. I guess they were still doing checks. I said, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. That's not the joke, right?
Yeah.
And I did something else, and I started bodying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I kept mentioning it like, y'all was right. I should have.
Yeah.
I kept bringing it
And then
up,
you went into that
and then I
joke.
called it back.
Yeah.
You wove it in so well.
But from trying to stay in character,
Yeah.
that's what you get.
Yeah.
You get to have those moments because now you're more like, okay, we started this with me bringing up, do y'all feel like y'all on autopilot?
Right.
So now I feel more like I'm in autopilot when it comes to my set. I'm not worried about missing my jokes or my cadence or my flow,
Yeah.
which is what I wanted. I work on this so hard that I just know it from heart. But I also want to maintain like, yo, I'm here right now. I dare y'all to say something.
Yeah.
If you're thinking like, I'm just doing my joke, and I'm not boom. I'll say something about your hairline. Boom.
Yeah.
It was cool to watch because it's I've seen your set, so I was kind of just sitting there and I heard Grubhub and I was like, okay, cool. Like, but then when you pull, I was like, suddenly I was like, Maggie was next to me. And we both were just like enthralled by it because it was so. We love your set, obviously, but we had heard it, so it pulled us back in, and then we loved the way you wove it all back together.
Appreciate
so
y'all.
yeah.
There was something I wanted to talk to you about because I know you've worked a lot of different jobs, and whenever there's an election coming up, the big thing is you have one side fighting to keep the minimum wage where it is, and another side fighting for it because both things apply for different parties. They go for different points, and there's been a lot of discussion post-pandemic about quote unquote skilled and unskilled labor, and it seems to be that they're calling jobs that don't require college degrees unskilled labor. Jobs of, like, Ted Cruz was on the news last week being like, if you're one of those just kickback lazy baristas, Joe Biden just gave you $20,000. Like, that barista could probably be a senator for a day, but that senator could not work the job of a barista that day. And so the reason I want to know your point of view, because I know you've worked a crazy amount of jobs like that, and from doing a job like that and doing comedy, did it feel like unskilled labor? Doing some of the so, like, for example, you worked at Chipotle. Mm-hmm. That's very skilled labor. I want my people when I go to Chipotle. I hope everybody there knows what they're doing because it's food, and I'm gonna get diarrhea either way. But the reason I get diarrhea is gonna be a variable. What do you feel about people calling a job like that unskilled labor or low cost labor or whatever?
Well, most of those people, they call it unskilled because they feel like it'll be something where you're not really a part of a system for them particularly that is making, like, for them, they'll probably consider a skill like this person is a lawyer, this person is a doctor, this person does this, right? Now, they're quick to judge people, but it's like, yo, am I supposed to get a doctor job right away?
Yeah, right.
Like, he's making fun of people that some of those people are young. Some of those people, like, this is the job that holds them down while they're in college to find a skilled job.
Right.
A lot of these jobs, the skill is you have to coexist with people. You have to communicate with people. You become the face of a company when you have that uniform on. Even if it is Chipotle, people are talking shit to you because you Chipotle to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yo, give me more. What the fuck is wrong with you, Chipotle? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm Julio. I'll smack the shit out of you, bro. You violating me right now. It's not that important. I was going to give you chicken too, but now, less chicken. You look like a fucking basketball too on top of that. That's crazy. Be tight.
Some of that was Chipotle seeping through. I feel like that wasn't all Julio.
That joke in the beginning was a lot of tension, stress.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of, those jobs got me mad in those moments because, like, FedEx, these people like just talk shit to you. And you're like, yo, bro, go pick your shit up then if you want. If that's how it's going to be, come downstairs. It's here for you. I'm not going up there. I'll tell people good morning when they open the door to slam the door to my face, and I'll knock again like if I had another package. But like something, no, just tell me good morning. You heard me say it to you. That's mad rude.
Put your ass back to sleep.
I'm gonna dribble you. But you know, a lot of these jobs is stressful.
What was the most stressful job?
Yo, Chipotle, bro.
Really? I feel like I've heard you say that a lot. Chipotle really
bro.
more than FedEx?
Yo, FedEx was a lot too, but you know what? I was by myself.
Right. You're not dealing with the public as much?
I had my help, like they call it a help on the truck because they don't drive the truck, they just deliver.
Right.
But like sometimes you would, if you couldn't coexist with the person you was on the truck with, it would suck. But for the most part, I wouldn't deal with the customers. I'll leave people shit downstairs. I don't give a fuck.
Driving?
Yeah, I was driving.
Okay. Is that hard to navigate the city?
I was high. I would just smoke and I would just drive. That shit is easy.
It's impressive.
But Chipotle is just like what drove me the craziest is it'll be people that are working, come on their lunch break, talking shit to me, being mad disrespectful.
Right.
Bitch, I'm working too. I'm working too, and I'm about to violate your shit. I'm about to like OD. Like, you want to, because Chipotle says, it's a certain amount you're supposed to give them.
Right.
But if a customer gives enough shit,
just put it in a little more.
Just give them a little more. All right, bet.
It's not worth your piece.
But you throwing me under the bus when you do that.
Yeah.
A manager comes by, just give him more. Bet you just made me look like I'm the asshole when I was doing what I was
Right.
supposed to.
Yeah.
So this one I'm about to do though, so I can shit on everybody,
Mm-hmm.
shit on them and shit on my manager. They said that a certain amount was like, you ever seen them side orders of guac? The portions.
The portion
Right.
is with the scoop size.
Yes.
Right.
So that same portion, that little small guac you get, is the same amount of protein you're supposed to get too.
Oh wow.
So when a customer was being an asshole to me,
You would give them that.
I'll put it in there.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, yo, are you serious? I'll be like, here's how serious I am. I'll go get the manager for you because I knew that's what you was going to ask.
Yeah.
Get the manager. Yo, he just put it in a portion cup and put it in there. Is he serious? Oh, yeah, that's what we taught him to do.
Yeah.
But I'll give you some more.
No.
So, yeah, you finished that order. Now the rest of them in the line looking at me like, yo, we better be nice to this guy. He got his manager in check, too.
He's gonna call us a basketball.
It was constant, like, I had to defend myself on some, like, you're not going to shit on me.
How long did you work at Chipotle for?
Yo, right up until pandemic started. And then I got laid off. They had to cut numbers.
They cut you off because of the pandemic.
Like a year? Would you say?
Interesting.
I was there for like 5-6 months.
Okay.
But then they just...
Sounds brutal.
But Julio, I was one of those customers. Both rice, both beans.
Yo,
You are a stingy motherfucker like that, dude. And they're like, he will beef with the person and be like, you can put on a little more, and just goes dead behind the eyes.
No, but I use this technique, and I don't know if it works. I ask half chicken, half pork, and hopefully they give me like
Equal
just
parts?
one scoop for because no one's measuring that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that work or is
Yo,
it
some
me?
people pick it up with the spoon and then shake.
You don't shake it?
You don't want to be... So
that's
what I do is I always get double.
Uh-huh.
But what I do is I say, yo, let me get steak. Let him do it first.
Yeah,
And
and
then be
then
like,
you
yo, let me
just-
get double the
Right.
meat.
Oh, let them do it
So
first.
if they do the skimp, then I'll be like, yo, why'd you skimp? I'm paying double. You should give me
Yeah.
the same as the other one. They could fight you on that if they want to.
Yeah, but they'll just fucking just do it. Probably.
You know, like, cause it's like, come on.
Yeah.
You're not hooking me up.
So-
I'm paying for this.
Yeah.
And I just saw
Like
what
a
you did
trick.
with the first one.
Yeah.
if we don't get a Taco Bell sponsorship by trashing Chipotle this much for this episode,
You
we
like
should be.
Taco
If I
Bell?
worked at Taco Bell, I'll trash them too. It don't
Good.
matter where you put me.
No, I want the Chipotle. You know the guy who runs Chipotle ran
What do you
Taco
call it?
Bell. Chipotle.
Wow.
Chipotle.
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 Everybody
I
has
like
their
you
own
said
way.
Chipotle.
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 I've only read it.
Chipotle.
I've never said it out loud.
Chipotle.
Are you guys addicted to watching like business videos on YouTube?
Yeah, that's
I love
my
those,
thing.
like, business,
Did you
like-
see the one on Chipotle?
Yes. The guy used to work there, then he did.
He
then
left
started.
Chipotle and then became CEO of Taco Bell.
No
and like
way.
made Taco Bell the cantina thing it is now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I'm obsessed with those videos. I'll find myself watching one on like a 20-minute Dollar Tree video. I'm like, why do I need to know this? But I'm so glad that I do.
Not because it's like, those shits are fascinating. And
Yeah.
then, okay, going back to the skilled and unskilled, it's like
Right.
the skill that you learn, that you should learn the most ever in life, no matter what job you have, is the hustle.
Yeah.
You become a part of the hustle for somebody bigger. So if you're willing to, like, okay, I was working for sanitation recently. I was waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
After doing spots all night?
After doing
That's
spots all
crazy,
night, go to
man.
work,
Man.
sometimes 8, sometimes 12 hours in the winter,
Yeah.
and then go do spots at night.
Wow.
I never, so if I was willing to hustle because I needed that job, if that job is not in the picture, I shouldn't just start waking up when I want to until I get another job. I should just wake up early every day and commit, fully commit. What else can I do more for comedy? To talk about how you said you feel comfortable. I still feel comfortable. Even though I'm here, I still feel comfortable. There's always something more you can do.
Yeah.
Whether that be a social media,
Yeah.
whether that be writing so that you're ready for when somebody asks you for a pilot, whether that be for anything. Acting. Take an acting class. Why not?
Yeah,
You
stay
know what I'm saying?
prepared.
Like, why wait? Always. That's another skill.
You did
just
all
staying
of
ready.
those things that he talked about. I'm just like, oh yeah, I gotta do it. You did all of those things.
Well, there's
Acting class.
Julio hit the nail on the head. I learned how to hustle at a young age. Like when
Facts.
I'm from a small town in Connecticut, and my first time in the city, going out, hitting up a mic, you see yourself and you're like, oh, there's a life possible out here for me. I could do it. And then it sort of taught me I could do anything that I want to if I'm willing to be tortured enough every single day to make it happen. What were you going to say?
So your first job in New York City,
Yeah.
was it skilled or unskilled? And you
That shit took skill. I dressed up like King Kong and took pictures with the tourists at the Empire State Building for
take
5
skill.
whole years. That takes skill
It's a
to
lot of
not die a
years.
heat stroke, to get punched in the dick all day by little children, to get all the. But I mean, I did that because that job allowed me to do stand up at night because I didn't know how to wait tables. If I had to learn, I probably could. I didn't have a lot of other skills. But so like that at a young age, the longer you learn or the earlier you learn that life is about finding the torch you're comfortable with, the easier your life will get.
My first job was door-to-door salesman.
What were you selling? Heroin?
AT&T Uverse.
Oh,
It was
man.
phone, internet, TV package.
Oh.
And everyone that had like Charter or Spectrum, I would be
Yeah.
like, hey, this one's better,
Right.
But I would have to go to people's doors and I would knock on them. And people open the door like, what the fuck, And then I had to use something to get their attention because what you're trying to do is just get like 10 seconds of their time.
Right.
So I could try to sell you, right? So they would open the door, they'd look at me and I'll be like, hello. And then I'll bow to them. And then these guys are like, what the fuck? Why is this Asian dude bowing to me? You know what I mean? And I buy some
Are we
time.
under attack?
Yeah, and then I go, hello, my name is Brian from AT&T Uverse. I have to do this fucking performance.
Yeah.
For this, I have to do this fucking, oh, look,
Was that in
Uverse.
LA?
You know what I mean? In LA, yeah. And the suburbs, I fucking go knock on doors. And we had territory, And then, occasionally, after a
Were you good? You were good at it?
I was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was the only Asian guy that comes to the door. No, but we would have people like fucking that got out of jail. You know what I mean? We had all sorts of people.
Yeah.
That fucking.
Well, they say
yeah.
in sales they're not buying the product; they're buying you.
Yeah.
So.
No, but then it sucks because when you get them, you sign them up on the spot.
Yeah.
So you get their fucking social security number.
Everything.
I say like, hey, bring out your receipt. Let me show you what we got. And you try to. Mostly it's about money if they can afford it or not.
Yeah.
But like if they can't, you just like, okay, I have to leave. But we would just say like, oh, we're doing AT&T upgrades in the area. And the AT&T upgrade is this one because it was fiber optics, so it was like faster internet when we first came out. So like it was.
Did you actually believe in the product, or were you ripping people off?
It was a little bit of both.
Okay.
No, I believe in the product,
Uh-huh.
but then like you have like these, like because if they sometimes your price would be higher than
Got
the
it.
fucking advertised
Yeah,
price.
yeah.
They're like sell this shit for more expensive than the TV commercials that are running.
Yeah.
But then what you could do is you could just like you sign them up for the thing, and then you call the people. Were like, oh, they want the TV deal, but I want the credit for the sale. And you would have to do it like that.
So you've been working in TV for a long time.
Yeah, that's my credit. AT&T.
AT&T.
Yeah, AT&T commercial.
Oh man. Well, I feel like we got a lot of insight on this episode
lot.
today. Today's
I feel like you could teach comedy.
I really
no,
do.
for real.
You should teach
Yeah,
comedy
for real.
philosophy, man.
Yeah.
No, like you helped me a lot. Like I'm gonna watch this
Yeah,
for
dude.
like knowledge.
You are a student. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Like,
really
I was
are.
here, but I need to remember all the
I never
things
get
you
a
said.
chance to like. We gotta hang more because I
We
never
just
get a
do
chance
the-
to like sit and
yeah.
talk. I just see you in passing a lot. We gotta because I was like
Yeah.
hanging out with
Yeah.
Splinter, man.
No, for real.
That really is.
Yeah.
It's so great
Appreciate
to
you guys.
not to see someone working their ass off and not bitter and you have a really positive
Really
outlook on
grounded.
life and
you are.
and you're so likable and you just a great energy to be around.
We love you so much.
We love
Less
you.
expectations in life, the better you'll feel.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Yeah.
great.
I'm doing enough.
This one goes out to Manila.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Manila.
Julio, you're the best. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming
thanks
through.
for having
Julio
me.
Diaz at Julio Diaz Comedy.
Hell yeah on everything. I was marketing. Everything.
Yeah.
Even my website,
JulioDiazComedy.com.
Everything.
At Julio Diaz. Fucking
Comedy,
Julio Diaz. If you're not
YouTube.
if you need to fuck David Goggins, we got Julio Diaz right here, baby. Let's do it. Thank you.
running 10 miles every day
That guy
just to
is
run away
crazy.
from my IBS.
Yo, if you deadass dedicate yourself to one specific topic and make a YouTube video on it every day,
Yeah.
they'll push your shit out.
Yeah.
David Goggins, he was probably
Running,
just every day.
yeah.
I was 400 pounds and I just kept running and running and running and I kept running.
Bro, every video, that's all he talking about.
You know, people talk about taxes. You gotta imagine yourself being 400 pounds and you just gotta keep running. And you're like, you look like a
Great.
That was so fun.
Julio's the bomb.
That was great.
I don't know if it went well at all because we record the intro and then the outro, so
Yeah.
this is all
It's a fake
lies.
lie.
But what was your favorite part about
We
the
think it went well.
Julio interview?
I I liked, there was not even just one part that I.
Yeah. I'll cut out the part where you cried because we all got a little emotional.
That made us all really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was.
That is
Yeah,
pretty funny.
yeah, and I learned a lot about you too. A lot I didn't know.
How
Yeah,
much I like ice.
ice. Yeah. Speaking of ice.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to.
My drink is really cold.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Ice.
Oh my god, I love ice.
It's cold. It's cubed. It's
I think
chipped.
it's
It's
special.
shaved.
There's no ice machines in New York, so it really is a luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are no
You
ice
gotta
machines. in
stock
New York?
up. No one has an ice machine. Do you have an ice machine?
Yeah, I got one under my bed when I need middle of the night ice.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, at least we had Julio today. That is our saving grace. Please, a big announcement. Our show is now exclusively, if you're watching this, you already know this, but the Bonding Podcast has its own YouTube channel, youtube.com/bondingpod. You could find all episodes and clips up there, as well as maybe some exclusive.
Will this be the first video on there?
This will be the first
Oh my
episode
gosh,
up
this is
there.
monumental.
Make sure to hit us up on the Bonding Pod IG as well, and
DM us. Say
put us in the
anything.
story.
Hate mail.
Love mail.
Love
Leave us a
mail.
review, good review, bad review. We tell you in the description. And next week, our guest will be former governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin.
Woo!
hey, that's a good guess.
It's a good get, right?
Do you want to plug your Florida show?
Brian and I will be
Yeah,
in
these
Florida
guys.
September
Ooh, FOMO.
17th, St. Petersburg. We're partnering with our people at Creative Coastal. It's going to be September 17th, 8 p.m. The
miss me
details are
dearly.
all in my
They'll miss me
Instagram.
so much.
I will miss Torey. We're going to have Louis C.K. fill in for the podcast
Perfect.
when I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
It was Torey's request, not mine.
You're just going for the weekend, right?
I'm just going for the weekend.
Okay.
I'm just going for the weekend. I'll be
What
back.
are you excited to do the most in Florida?
I'm excited
to
to.
do some fun stuff.
Yeah, dude, I want to go to the Clearwater Center in I want
Eat a key lime
Scientology-
pie.
Scientology.
Yeah.
I just want to go to the Scientology.
The
Center.
Carol Baskin.
They-
Carol. Oh yeah, we got to hit up the Tiger Rescue Key Lime Pie. What?
Key
Can you
lime
not
pie.
get that up here?
No, it's
Very
only in
good down there.
Florida.
Only in
Yeah.
Florida.
Mm-hmm. So that's what they're
Racism
known
and Key
for.
Lime Pie.
Key lime
But is
pie.
that Key West or just Florida?
No, it's
I
Key
guess
Lime.
I think Key West. I know it really is big in Key West, but
Yeah,
I think
that's where it
all
was
of Florida.
created.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Florida takes some of the good old
Right.
Florida key lime pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Well,
that's all
that's-
the good food there.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Key Lime Pie.
Yeah,
Carol Baskin. Clearwater Scientology.
and
Hell
and
yeah.
then
And if we think
yeah.
of anything else, we'll
We'll just come back a different person.
we'll come back different people.
Yeah, I don't know
We'll
who-
come back with books on Dianetics,
Yeah.
and honestly, we're here to help you. If you didn't think this podcast could get any more helpful, we're coming back with a mission to help you, the American people, and a big portion in Canada and Germany, according to our analytics that listen to
Oh,
this
really?
podcast.
big.
Really?
I mean, like 5%, but that's still a
There's
lot.
comedy in Germany?
There is
They
with this
laugh?
podcast is playing, baby.
That's just your one friend that gave you mustard, right?
I don't know. I'm sure that's a part of the 5%.
Okay.
But it's like 75% United States,
Uh-huh.
still
Dubai?
5% Saudi
Saudi
Arabia,
Arabia.
Dubai, Canada, and then I
Hey.
think there's like 2% Mexico and a couple other countries. But
And now that you have me, maybe a little Asian demographic.
hopefully,
Wow.
that's the whole reason why I got
Yeah,
this.
that's a big
Yeah,
market.
Yeah, that's
Big
why
market.
I
Tap
got.
into the Asian market?
I wanted to tap
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
Asian
yeah,
market.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to work at H Marts across the country.
We do
goddammit.
actually cover a lot of races: white and black,
white and black.
Asian.
What? I think this is a pretty good diverse
And then we'll have
podcast.
Julio today.
We have
wow.
cover it all.
Yeah, this is. I mean, honestly, this is the most inclusive podcast
Yeah.
streaming
We
anywhere.
just need someone to be gay.
That's why I brought Brian on.
Perfect.
He's gay and
Hi.
Asian.
Asian.
Gaysian.
He's Gaysian.
Was that a good?
That was good.
Yeah, that was
I don't think it was homophobic or racist because you're gay and Asian, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
good. Here we go.
With no scrotum.
Lacerated. I still
Lac-
have. It just has a.
Such a
it's just
dramatic word.
Well, listen, from our scrotum to yours. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.